I pay my homage to Vitarag Bhagavan, brothers and sisters. During 2020, we did most of the Sunday Swadhyay of Sambodhi. Sambodhi, Acharya Mahapragya ji's very important book. It is like a Gita. In Gita, we can see a dialogue between Krishna and Arjun. And when Arjun's mind moved at that time, Krishna motivated him, and the philosophy of Karma Yoga is there. And similarly, when a child prince monk, Muni Meg, his mind moved in a small disturbance of night, and he made up his mind. Now it is not a cup of tea for me, and I have to go back to my palace. And he came to Mahavir. And you know, Mahavira has that power. Without telling, without a single word, he noticed, oh, his mind is disturbed. So then he says, oh, Prince Meg, you are ready to left. But I would like to tell you, remember those past lives. And it is the power of Mahavira that he got Jati Smriti Gyan. And I'm not mentioning whole story and how he found himself even in the life of a beast, in the life of animal. He was more stable, more compassionate, and his dhriti is a power, and that is a mental power. Dhriti, sa medha dharana kshama. So his dhriti was so powerful that he endured everything in his life. As an animal, he endured everything. And from animal, he got divine life. And from divine life, he came into human incarnation. So as soon as he saw, like a film, like a movie, everything was in front of him. And then he thought, oh, now I have human body. And human body is means to liberation. Human body can attain liberation. No other body has that power. So only through human body, I can attain And it is a rare opportunity in the presence of Bhagavan himself. Sometime, we have everything, but no direct presence of Bhagavan Mahavir. Direct presence of Tirthankara. Their aura can change animosity in friendliness. Their aura has special power. They can activate those souls which are really Bhavya soul and they can achieve something. So at that point, he got, okay, this is one chance and this is special chance in my life. I should not let it go. जिंदगी केवल न जीने का बहाना है, जिंदगी केवल न सांसों का खजाना है, जिंदगी सिंदूर है पूरब दिशा का, जिंदगी का काम है सूरज उगाना. So I will not let it go like this, that my human incarnation, human life, I should use it, proper use, because it is a rare opportunity in the presence of Bhagavan Mahavir. So he stabled himself and said, Oh, Prabhu Mahavir, I am 101% dedicated myself, except my two eyes. Whole body is dedicated to the Dharma Sangha. In the seva, wherever you appoint me, I'm ready to do. And in the whole story, we came to know he did all the agamas, 12 angas, 12 upangas. Today we lost one anga, that is drishtivad. But at the time of Bhagavan Mahavir, all the agams were not written, but transmuted orally. So those literature, those knowledge was available to him. He studied that. He get vachana, because orally transmuted knowledge. So he studied that. He did lot of tapasya, lot of seva. So gyan, tap, and seva. Gyan, tap, and seva. A great triangle to enhance and improve and detach oneself from the world. So the fruit of dharma is the development of soul. And dharma is not a single entity, because sometimes people say we can do only meditation. Some people say no, we can go through the swadhyay. Some people say no, we can do seva. But it is a trinity, like Gyan, Darshan, Charitra, three jewels. Similarly, path is not a single entity. Path has lot more, many things. Yes, one can dedicate towards one point which is very specific. But for the seva, we need knowledge. For the jnana, we need dhyan. Without dhyan, jnana is not available, because the root of dhyan is dheng chintayam. Dhei root in Sanskrit is like thinking. So first, it is contemplative meditation, bhavana meditation. And we have to inculcate again and again, reinforce in ourselves. Otherwise, very difficult. The sanskara, they pop up like this. If you put one ball in the water, and that if there is 4-5 balls, other ball will come up. If you put one other, you press one, 2 more pop up. Similarly, the sanskara from various lives, and they accumulated, and they come in the rising state, and that rising state became a uday bhav. Sometime I feel in my personal feelings that sometimes the chit is so shant and prashant, and we feel that, oh, this is really a good state of purity. But when situation change, the outer situation impact still in our mind, in our body, in our physical mental dualism. So this metaphysics of human mind and body, always affected by the external circumstances and incidents and so many other things. And we always get such a feeling in our mind that why this happened, how this happened, but this happened. So very important. So Meg raised a question. Manah prasad marhami किमालंबन माश्रितः कथम प्रमादतो मुक्ति आपनोमि ब्रूहि मे विभो. O Lord, with whose support can I get mental happiness? And please also tell me how I can get rid of pramad, lethargy, remissness. So it is very important to know, to understand the situation, and that situation is the remissness, lethargy. Oh, it is meditation time. No, no, it is Sunday. Let me sleep 1 more hour. I will meditate tomorrow, but who knows tomorrow will come or not. So when Bhagwan listened all these questions, Bhagwan said, O Megha, keep yourself purified with spiritual knowledge. So the first thing is knowledge. Without knowledge, the path is not clear. And also dedicate everything to the soul all the time. Whatever you eat, walk, rest, speak, try to dedicate yourself. हूँ आत्मा छू, मैं आत्मा हूँ. And when you dedicate yourself, then you have in a constant touch that, okay, my mind is also bhavit with Atma. And for that, again Mahavir Bhagavan said, you are a sadhu. Remain steady in your soul. Beneficial for the soul. Whatever you do for the soul, concentrate on the soul and meditate on the pure mind. Because our state is at the moment is not only soul, because it is a dualism. So try to meditate on the soul. Always engage carefully on the those activities which are taking you near the enlightenment. Sometime, if you are in hurry, your mind is deluded. Still, I remember it was the time of my MA dissertation. And that day, my printer stuck. I couldn't print. Then I gave a call to Harshad Bhai. Harshad Bhai, my MA dissertation I have to submit today and my printer is not working. Then Harshad Bhai said, okay, Samniji, let me try. Because that day something happened to his printer as well. So he sent that file to his son, his office. And then he says, Mehul will drop soon. And Mehul dropped at home, and Harshad Bhai came to Cricklewood, and just he handed over me, like, this is printed copy of your MA dissertation. And you know, sometime if this is the final day and taking any mistake out and this and that and keeping. So I was almost up whole night. And in hurry, I couldn't see the train, which is the where I have to go. So I left one, which is really near to the Russell Square. And by mistake, I sat in the wrong train, which is going in the other direction. And I was up whole night. So as soon as I sat in the train, I thought it will take half an hour, 45 minutes. So I was in sleep. When I woke up, I saw, oh my God, I'm somewhere in the Hammersmith side. Oh, I sat in the wrong train. So constant vigilance. In the small thing, we sit in the wrong train. And then I got down there. In the next station, I took another train. And as I reached, it was only 3 minutes left, literally 3 minutes. I went to the office and I said, Peter, I don't know, I delayed and I sat in the wrong train. He says, this is Western world, UK universities, only 2 minutes left. You go in the line. As soon as I reached there, the door was closed. But still there was 1 minute left. And Peter was also there. Then he knocked the door and said, still there is 1 minute. And my students, unfortunately, sat in the wrong train. So please give her this chance. Otherwise, she will be loser in the 100 marks. Might she fail? And the door was open and I submitted and did signature. So, this is the minute time. And we understand the deadline of this exams and office and interviews and everything. But this deadline, the deadline for soul, we never set any priority in our life. And then it is difficult. It is difficult to understand what we can do, what we can't do. So Bhagavan Mahavir said, always be vigilant and do activities mindfully. Might be the activity of mind, speech, and body, but be aware, and do not put yourself anutpannan kurvane kalahanscha purva kritan nayan nupsam nunam lapshase manasah sukham. So don't bring new conflict in your life. Very important. And put an end of the old conflict. Thus you will gain mental happiness. Manah prasad. So peace of mind is very important in the field of sadhana. Those who want peace of mind should not stir, should not open the can of worms. If a bucket have water and in the bucket, if some water is dirty and you use the fiticary, then the dirt is settled in the bottom, then you take clear water from upper. But you should not stir again. If you stir, the water gets dirty. Similarly, there are so many conflicts in the life, so many other things. And if you stir again, oh, you did in my life, oh, you did this, that, and remembering those conflict is going into the conflict. When we were together, my brother taken big part and given me small part of the land. Big part of the business he has taken and given me small part. Similarly, so many other things, even in wife, husband. You never cared about me. You cared about your parents, your family, this, that. So again and again, this allegation, that allegation, that water is no more, that time is no more, everything is passed on. So Mahavira said, do not bring new conflict in your life, but put an end, like a delete system, delete from the memory. And that is very important. Might you can ask how one can delete? Yes, one can delete. And that is the crux is Kayotsarg. Pad yugmam cha sangritya prasarit bhujo bhayam isannat sthir drishtir lakshya se manasudritim. Bhagwan Mahavir said, O Meg, keep your eyes steady after bringing both feet together and arms hanging and little bowing down state. And thus you stay in the Kayotsarg and then you resolve the past, clear the past. In Kayotsarg, if we try to practice, Kayotsarg is helpful for the both way. Even a new learning and new learning, if we do instruction ourselves, suppose you have to set yourself in a new situation or new adjustment, and then you need to unlearn something, unlearn, because our mind body dualism is working from many years, and whatever you learned by heart, then it's a habit pattern that you do same thing, you repeat same thing, but here you have to unlearn those old habits. Sometimes whatever happened and people speak like this, oh, this happened, that happened, that happened, that happened, a big storage of memory. One must forget them. If we have forgiven really, then we should not keep those incidents like a baggage. No, we should not keep. And then it is totally clear, gone from our memory, from our treasure. And then we have space for ourselves, for our Gyan, Darshan, and Charitra. So, Kayotsarg is very, very important practice for unlearn and also for learning also. Sometimes people, now many people in London, they are learning Bhaktamar. They are 60 plus, 70 plus, 80 plus, and even 90 plus. They want to learn and they can learn because the Gyan is the real state, real nature of Atma. So we should not think, oh, now my time is gone. My time is gone, and Samniji, I'm so much old. No, don't think. You can learn. Gyan is Atma, and Atma is Gyan. So for learning, even take 2, 3 words and set in your mind, repeat in your mind in the state of relaxation. So, Kayotsarg is very good for learning and unlearning. And I did those type of practices and they helped me in my life to clear my bag. So, Kayotsarg, Bhagavan Mahavir given the practice of Kayotsarg to Megmuni, and then he said, be aware, be vigilant of your bhavas. Your bhav is very, very important. भावों की शुभ ज्योति कभी मलिन ना हो पाए, जीवन ज्योति जगाएं, जीवन ज्योति जगाएं. So भावों की ज्योति If there is Ashubha Bhav, then it produces darkness. There is Shubha Bhav, then it is bright from all the side. So very important, O Meg, keep yourself away from Shokam, Bhayam, Ghrina, Dvesham, Vilapam, Krandanam, Tatha, Tad, Gyan, Jan, Doshan. So Taj, leave them through your knowledge. And these are the vices. Those are manasa swastha mipshati. If you want a mental health, peaceful mind, then give up the tendency of grief, fear, hatred, malice, weeping, lamentation, and ignorance. Thus, you can gain the mental health. So here Bhagwan is really giving him a shortcut. So these are negative bhavas, and these negative bhavas are not important. Then what you do? Indriyani cha sanyamya kritva chittasya nigraham sansprasannatma natmanam parmatma bhavishyasi. Control your sense organs, rein back mind, nigraham kritva, like the reins of a horse can control the horse. Similarly, a mind is like a horse, so use the rein of self-restraint and rein back your mind. Realize the soul, which the soul, with the soul. So again, soul by soul, with the soul, आत्मानम आत्मन है, यानी आत्मा के द्वारा आत्मा को. Here I remember that Acharya Mahapragya ji given Priksha Dhyan, and this theory is आत्मा के द्वारा आत्मा को देखिए. And one who do the self introspection, that there is no other party, only your Atma engaged in, so your Jnana Atma. So again a question, very important philosophical question. So why so many Atmas? So at our stage, we have many Atmas. If we count, we say 8 Atmas. Gyan Atma, Darshan Atma, Charitra Atma, Tap Atma, Virya Atma, this Atma, that Atma. But if we see, then we can say whatever conscious activities, all those activities are falling under this. So they are known Aneri Atma. Means so many other activities related to a jiva, and those activities are also falling under the heading of Atma's activity and itself Atma. But the main crux of Atma is Gyan Atma and Darshan Atma. So through your Gyan Atma, through your Gyan Darshan Atma, try to see Yoga Atma. Yoga Atma again threefold: Mano Yoga, Vachan Yoga, Kaya Yoga. Sometime we are sitting and thinking about the past. And in the past, either we get happiness or we get unhappiness. And in that situation, why this situation occurred? Because we connected with that situation. And that situation is no more, but we stored in our memory. People keeps their memories, like memories of wedding, memories of engagement, memories of honeymoon, and memories of sometimes spending good time, quality time with the Gurudev, memories of Tirth Yatra, memories, so many memories. But in that memory, if something happened, and I can see people don't want to keep. Might in that those photographs, one party is a person himself, even though they don't want to keep. Our Orlando center, I was for a year in 2019, 98. And there like the Sardarji given us a space to start JVB Priksha Meditation Center. And there it was a big auction house of the many, I think, 20-acre lands. And big house, big hall, big arrangement, everything was there. And we were there. And I have seen when people get married and after a week there is a divorce, after 2 weeks there is a divorce, after 1 month there is a divorce, after a year there is a divorce, and both party don't want to keep those memories. So everything, even bridal gown, dresses, albums, videos, cd, everything, I think whole arrangement like comes in the auction house. And there my mind said, look, this is memory, but both party don't want to keep. And this is something very precious gown, costly, but both party don't want to keep. They want to go in the different direction. So sometimes people, external things they remove from their mind, but it is hard. External gadgets you can throw, you can put in the auction house. But the internal memories, difficult to erase them. And here for the Manah Prasad, for the detachment of that sadness, Bhagavan Mahavir given that one can attain that blissful state of mind, mental happiness, or detaching oneself from those sad and happy moments. So here is the moment. You keep the moment in your hand because Jivan, the past is past, future is not yet in our hand. So, O Meg, try to be aware, each and every moment vigilant. And this is the crux of sadhana, because what would be the next? Though Meg was Eka Bhavatari, Meg, it was the last incarnation for Muni Meg. For him, there is no chance to come again in the cycle of birth and death because he mostly annihilated his karma. But Bhagavan Mahavir given him path. Be aware, the Aishya karma, one gate in the third part of the life. And that third part is unknown. Nobody knows when one moment is last moment of the life, and one can divide in three parts. So, O Meg, be aware and do not go in any kind of negativity. Be aware, be Jitendriya, control your senses and purify your mind and try to delete the Artha and Raudra Dhyan, which are negative concentration, but be aware of Dharma Dhyan and Shukla Dhyan. So always try to stay in the pure coloration, Shuddha Lesha. And one day, when you are in the Shuddha Lesha, you can come very close to the annihilation of all sinful activity. If some people are very aware, oh, I should not keep myself in the dirt, so I should not think anything about anybody. Be aware. And then Bhagavan Mahavir finally said, you take shelter. Sharanam Jasya Bandhunam Pratishtha Chalate Tamam Potas Chapi Titirshunam Swasah Prana Bhritam Maham. You are shelter of the shelterless. Oh, this dharma is the shelter of shelterless. Oh, and Tirthankar is also the shelter of shelterless. So try to be pure soul and don't get any type of prejudice in your mind, and don't consider yourself the highest scholar, and also don't move in the unknown path where you can't progress in the Sanyam. So when Megha, noble Meg, became very happy on having listened this old discourse from Bhagavan Mahavir. Upadesha midam shrutva prasannatma mahamana megha prasannaya vacha tushtave parameshtine. So listening all this path and how to walk, everything Mahavira given him step by step. And when he listened, he became so happy. And with his own happiness, he, he did stuti of Bhagavan. Sarvagyosi, Sarvadarshi, Sthita Atma, Dhriti Manasi, Anayurambho, Granthadati Tosi, Bhavan Krita hai. Meg कहता है, O Lord, you are omniscient. Bhagwan Mahavir केवल ज्ञानी, seeing all, sarvadarshi, steady in mind, sthit atma, and full of patience, dhritiman, and immortal, ana, yani, this is the last bhav, charam tirthankar and charam bhav. So, and also destroyed of hatred and cycle of birth and death. So, O Lord, I want to venerate your this Swarup. And then you say, Pashyata Muttamam Chaksu Jnaninam Jnanamuttamam Tishtatam Sthira Bhavosi Gachatam Gatiruttamam. Now a spontaneous overflow of poetry coming from his heart, and he sings in the praise of Mahavir. You are excellent. Eyes for those who can see. Very important. पश्यता मुत्तमम चक्षु, आप नेत्र हैं. And excellent knowledge for the learned. Chaksur Jnaninam, yani excellent place for those who want to rest. Here rest means not sleeping, but staying, stabilizing oneself on the path of final attainment. And also, you always gachatam gati ruttama, and those who want to walk on the path of purification, you are unmoving mover. O Lord, saranya chasya bandhunam pratistham chalate samam potas chapsi titirnu sa swasah prana bhrutam mahan. So you are the shelter of shelterless, support of those whose mind is unsteady, and boat for those who want to cross the ocean of samsara, and breath for the silent beings. So you, O Lord, at this time, your sermon, your path, your the way to make someone understand is very important, and I would like to pay my homage in this lesson. So he was really happy, and he spoke so many things in Bhagwan's presence. And finally he said, O Prabhu, निर्मला जायते दृष्टि मार्गश्चात् दृष्टि मागत है मोहश्च विलयम गच्छेद मुक्तिस्तस्य प्रजायते. The people who learn the great preaching and direct knowledge of Bhagavan Mahavir and overload and wanted wandering ascetics who respectfully believe in it and have their belief to purifying themselves and attainment of the liberation. So now Meg is so happy that now I found the path, and one day I will attain the liberation. Om Arham Om Arham. If you have any question, feel free. And today we finished Sambodhi. It has really great philosophical ideas and the story inbuilt. So, and soon we will plan what we are going to do for the new years. But as we have one class Bhaktamar grammatical analysis, and many people are learning Bhaktamar. So they say it would be easy if you explain Bhaktamar in English, that would be easy. And we are so lucky that Gurudev Mahashraman Mahapragya ji given Bhaktamar Stotra's lecture in Hindi and Bhaktamar Antastal ka Spars. And luckily, we got English translation as well. The books are available at JVB, and hopefully, I would like to do my Sunday lecture on Bhaktamar in English. So we'll take one sloka and explaining them, making them useful for the public. Om Arham Om.